Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Ratgoski here bringing you another Shoutcast replay between EGDeMusliM versus his Protoss opponent Millenium in the upper right corner here on Shakuras Plateau. And as we get this game underway, this is taken from the IM Masters Cup, which is it's a pretty good series overall to watch. If you haven't had a chance to check out any of those games, definitely do so. They're pretty exciting. I just want to shoutcast this game. I am a big Terran player myself, so I do like to watch lots of TVZs, TVPs, things like that, and eventually work on getting my own Terran style, getting better. Slowly starting to get back into playing StarCraft, as I do have tons of games on my plate, but got to make room for the classics and the fun games. I see both players here getting down to the early supply depot for our Terran players, and the pylon's already out and about for Millenium. So as he starts to creep a little bit further ahead in supply, as the Muslim is just a little bit behind in his production count so far. Looking at the average APMs of both players, we do have quite a bit, up in the 140s, 120s, which, I mean, I can only wish someday that I can get that high, but I'll get there eventually. Gateway going down now for Millenium. And barracks right around the same time for the Muslim. Sweet, and there goes that scouting probe heading out. And this is definitely one of those cross-map kind of games where each opponent already pretty much knows where his opponent's going to be right off the bat. So there's not an... Oh, nope, looks like he doesn't quite know that his opponent's going to be in cross position. So it's, I wonder if that probe's actually going to be able to get in, or if the Muslim's actually going to be able to wall that off in time. Looks like he's checking for horizontal positions as well. I do like games in these cross positions like this. Tends to yield a little bit more exciting games, as both players can pretty much have the entire half of the map. They can either expand up and their opponent expands down, or they expand across and their opponent expands across as well. And it looks like EGDeMuslim's getting ready to throw down that command center as he is creeping up around 300 minerals. And it looks like that drone is going to be spotted by the SCV, but the Marine's coming down and will force that probe to be chased away. And a very early expansion here coming from EGDeMusliM, as we do only have the Cybernetics core about halfway done, and as Zealot looks like it's on its way, and it is definitely going to be rallied all the way to the ramp of EGDeMuslim's base. He's going to need some pretty good Marine micro to be able to take that unit down. And here comes that first Zealot out. Looks at this scouting SCV and definitely takes a little poke at that. And it looks like Millenium is going to be throwing down his Nexus as well. Doesn't want to fall too far behind in that economy. Bunker now going down right at the front, so that'll definitely keep the Muslim safe for quite a while and definitely secure this expansion right here. Other than that, it looks like we don't have much in the way of tech coming from EGDeMusliM, as he does want to secure that expansion. Both players just kind of droning or SCVing and probing up right now, and gonna get ready to get these expansions up and running, which is really about all you can do while you're waiting for this base. And it looks like that bunker comes up just in the nick of time as the Zealot walks up the ramp and starts getting shot, and that Zealot is forced to retreat back home, and this SCV is gonna have to dodge. So hopefully he can make his way back safely and secure, and he does. Alright, that command center is now just about finished for EGDeMusliM, and 2 more barracks is on the way, so looks like we're going to be seeing some bio play coming from EGDeMusliM. Now opting to go for that, factory tech or the starport tech. 3rd barracks going down south, so definitely going to be heavy into the bio play. Supply is pretty much even for both players, and 2 more gateways now coming down for Millenium. Surprised he didn't try to throw down a, I mean, his supply block, oh, there you go, supply. Surprised he didn't throw down a pylon, somewhere in this neighborhood, just to get a little bit easier access to get to Millenium's base. Or even, close enough where if you got vision up here, you could warp in on the high ground, which, it could spell a little bit of trouble, but... Alright, both players now getting some good mining time in. We have a tech lab going on this barracks here. These barracks is just producing some Marines, probably get a reactor on both of these, and possibly even a reactor on this one, another tech lab. As Terran versus Protoss, you usually want to get a little bit more Marauder heavy than you do Zergling or Zealot heavy. Alright, now looking here into the base, we do have a nice little choke point going up here, trying to reduce the surface area on this bunker. And it looks like he just keeps rallying units to the front line. Here comes that probe, is going to be getting that forward pylon put up so he can apply a pressure to his opponent. It's a robotics facility going down for Millenium. and that's going to allow him to get observers, immortals, and eventually 2 colossi. And it looks like there goes that scouting probe. Definitely going to want to look for a third base, which he won't be able to explore that. And there he goes, throwing that down. Alright, looks like some chatter going on here between the 2 players. Oh, looks like somebody must have had some lag going on. Either that or a pause. And there goes the Marines out. And some nice little micro by those stalkers. He's doing quite a bit of damage. Takes 1 Marine out. And does he get the second Marine? No, decides to run away with those 2 stalkers before he takes too much damage from them. Also retreating with that zealot. And it looks like with these 3 sentries, he's going to be able to keep this ramp force fielded for quite a while. Definitely swinging by that watchtower. He's going to see if there's any other units on about. Knows that it's just these 3 units, but with these 3 sentries here and 3 more stalkers. And it looks like, definitely going to engage this army now. Throwing up the Guardian Shield and the Force Field to keep those Marines from retreating. Getting some nice service area, but it looks like EGDeMusliM is doing quite a bit of damage and is forced to get pushed back. It looks like these Marine forces will get taken out. And it looks like he gets picked up another sentry, and that's going to keep the shields down quite a bit. And it looks like he's chasing on that weaker stalker, and he does, definitely get it down to 18 life. But definitely did quite a bit of damage there. Managed to take out 3 of those gas-heavy sentries, and keeping their shields down, or their energy down, so he's going to have to warp in more sentries. Twilight Council now on the way for Millenium, and we've got the concussive shells, stim pack, marauders, marines, a starport, an orbital command, lots of units coming on up here. Looks like actually, EGDeMuslim's getting ready to expand a 3rd time, but he's going to want to have to clear that pylon out of there before he does throw up that expansion, so he's going to have to scout that out. And it looks like Millenium is going to be pushing the front again with a largely heavy stalker force this time, and has that observer, so he's going to be able to get vision on the high ground. And this poor Marine is going to get spots that army and get picked off. Alright, we do have some scouting information with this bunker here and this set of units here. I don't think that these stalkers are going to be able to push into the base. Looks like he is opting to go for a charge. Does not have the blink upgrade researched yet. And a 3rd base now going up for Millenium. So it looks like both players are getting some expansions up. +1/+1 on the way for Millenium. And Terran infantry weapons level 1 going up for EGDeMusliM. And we do have those medevacs on the way. So it looks like this command center is caught out of play basically. And he's going to have to hopefully get that tucked away. And it looks like he sniped the observer. I'm seeing the red dot on the minimap. I don't. Oh, there's the observer. Okay, sitting over the commands or over the base. And it looks like he is going to be throwing down that expansion. He's going to want to get a little bit of an army out there to take out that pylon, so he doesn't have this base warped in constantly. And he should have noticed that's there. Let's check his vision. Yes, he does know that that pylon's there. So there comes the army now for our Terran player, and he's going to be taking out that pylon. Templar archives on the way for Millenium. So we'll be able to get those nice Templar action going on. A couple of cannons to secure his outlying expansions. And it looks like, a factory scout coming now for EGDeMusliM. He's going to know about that 3rd base, and he's going to definitely want to keep the pressure on. Stim pack is now finished, +1/+1, about halfway done. And it looks like the Protoss level 1 is about 3/4 of the way done. So both players will have the 1/1s up in time. And it looks like this factory is going to get chased out. And looks like EGDeMusliM is going to be going for that 3rd base. Stims up the ramp. No opposition here. It's going to have to take down those 2 cannons. Takes down 1 cannon. Takes down the 2nd cannon. A couple of warped in zealots about halfway dead. Those zealots get taken out. And he's going to work on the probe line. He's going to take out this pylon. He's going to take out some more. Another stim here coming up. More units warping in. Does he get the pylon down in time? No, he's going for the Nexus. Straight for the Nexus. And it looks like he stops target firing the Nexus and is going for the army. And it looks like 2 medevacs get taken down. The rest of the army is in a nice little concave, so it's hard time for the zealots to get in there. And it looks like this army is going to get pretty well cleaned up. If he would have target fired that Nexus, probably could have gotten taken down. And we do have quite a bit of infantry forces rallying to the front. +2 weapons is now started for our Terran player, as well as that +2 armor. 4 High Templars being warped in. So it looks like this base is going to be relatively secure. Oh man, it would have been nice to see him snipe down that Nexus, just target fire it, take it down before all those units got there. I think he would have had it. But we do have the Protoss army moving out. Does spot that 1 Holy Marine and takes it out. But EGDeMusliM does know that this army is on the way. Where did that medevac go? There's that medevac. We're going to have to keep an eye on that so we can follow that around. Oopsie. Going back to all of you. So yeah, we're going to have to watch and see how this drop goes on. We got another drop up here. Oh no, just a Viking up top. It looks like it's a scout Viking. And where are we we go. We got ooh, pretty undefended base up here. He's going to want to have to secure that base. Looks like he has just enough room for the high ground drop there. Ooh, I don't know about having those. He's got the 5-6 high Templars there. That would be a nice snipe to pull that off if he can. And then it looks like the observer up there. And did that Viking actually land and do some damage? I don't believe so, but it looks like the Terran army is moving out. Gonna spot one of those pylons and take that one out. Spots the rest of the Protoss army and pick up a Stalker and gets sentry to block that. Gonna want to use those medevacs to heal up that army as much as possible. And it looks like he is trying to chase around, and ooh, looks like the High Templars are now out and about to do some damage. But it looks like this Terran forces down here is going to pick up and do quite a bit of damage now. Taking out quite a few of those probes and dropping out, going to snipe off another pylon. Meanwhile, we have armies circling around the rocks here in the center. Looks like another stim. Schwartz is going to have to pull back that army. Looks like there's a nice early stim. And it looks like those Marines are doing quite a bit of pesky damage. Looks like we do have some zealots moving up to the high ground. And it looks like the rest of that does manage to pick up another zealot, 3 zealots, and other stalkers are all on the low ground, so they is doing quite a bit of damage. And now the stalkers moved up to the high ground and picks off another stalker. The Terran army did retreat, take back this. Looks like this drop is going to be cleaned up, but he's going to get another stalker. No, doesn't manage to get another stalker. And now last unit is trying to clean up. Scout Factory is still up here, getting quite a good vision of what's going on here in the front. And it looks like the Terran player is getting ready to expand to the 4th position. Trying to figure out why he's building it here instead of here, I have no idea. But we do have a scout probe is going to get all of that information and know exactly that that's there. Looks like the Marines did not quite make it. And he's going to throw the pylon. Is he going to spot that in time? Yes, he does spot that building command center just in the nick of time. He managed to see that. So hopefully EGDeMusliM is not going to be in too much trouble. A couple of Archons morphing in. And it looks like Archons can move while morphing. I did not expect that either. They just got pushed by the rest of his army. Scan now going down for our Terran player. Knows exactly where that Protoss army is right now. And it looks like the 3rd base could possibly be compromised. Another scan going down. Still sees that the army is kind of chilling out here in the center. As we look for a High Templar card, we really only have the one High Templar. Not even enough energy for a storm. There's another High Templar with enough energy. And another High Templar down here. And it looks like the Terran army is getting ready to engage, but definitely doesn't want to get too close to those high Templars. Ooh, we got Ghosts on the field. Ghost getting ready to snipe down those Templars as fast as humanly possible just so he doesn't lose. Oh, he actually went off on that one Ghost. Manages to take it out. And hopefully he can get some, oh, doesn't have the cloak research. He's not going to be able to take it. Oh, cloak is just about done. +3 weapons is on the way. +3 on the way for the Protoss as well. And it looks like these armies are getting ready to engage. Baron doesn't want to mess this one up too bad. He goes to pull this Templar and he is just SOL. Splitting up his army right now. Doesn't want to get them stormed too terribly bad. The snipe goes down on that High Templar. And he's going to want to have to cloak those Ghosts to keep them safe. And nice feedback there. Takes down most of the shields on that Protoss army. And with that, I think it's time for the Terran. Ooh, big storm. Takes down lots of those Terran units. But the Terran army is not afraid. They're going in. They're going for it. Taking down that front 3 pylon. And like I said, the army is still chasing. Takes down a sentry. Still pushing, still pushing. Is he going to be able to get another unit? Almost takes down that Archon. Gets it down to 8 life. Takes down the Archon, and now it's time for the army to engage. Zealots in front taking most of the damage. Causing most of the Terran army to retreat. But luckily with that medevac support, he is able to keep most of his army alive. But on fumes, this Terran army is getting ripped apart, literally all in the red. The Protoss army is getting fighting back as fast as possible. Zealots charge in again. +3 now done for the Protoss player, so his army does manage to fall out in front. And now with just a few Ghosts left alive, EGDeMusliM is going to have to regroup, and hopefully he can push this back. Ooh, nice little warp prism up here in the top. That can spell disaster for EGDeMusliM. Oh, here comes the warp in of Zealots. And these are definitely going to be able to do quite a bit of damage up here. Clean up a lot of this. If he can, hopefully he can get some of those units up. He's going to have to regroup, move some of those Marines up top and clear some of that out. But also the Protoss army moving in. Cloaks the Ghosts. Gets the scan off. Looking for those High Templars. Going to have to get the observers out as well. Another scan going down looking for those High Templars so he can get those nice snipes out. Sends up the rest of the Terran army. And is going to manage to clean up those Zealots. Meanwhile, we do have more Warpins up here pulling the Warp Prism. Protoss army is dancing up in the front. Hopefully we can see EGDeMusliM pull back from this. It's not looking good so far. There is the teleport in on the high ground. Observer is in range, so those are able to get seen. A little bit more lag from my computer. Terran army coming up in the south to flank the Protoss army. A couple storms going down. Archon warping in. Looks like that Archon is going to get taken out before the storm even finish. Gonna have to keep doing done on those ghosts. We do have another warp in here up at the top of Zealots, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage to those Protoss, or the Terran SCVs. He's going to need to get that army up there to clean up that the rest of the Zealots and get that warp prison taken out. There goes the stim. Still getting tighter, but losing a lot of units. Here comes the rest of the Terran army. Definitely wants to make sure he's going to get a counterattack from the back. He's going to need to get those up there and take down that. So he's going to lose that refinery, but it's okay. He's sitting on 1,300 gas, folks. I think he'll be okay. Definitely choking down on minerals, but he's definitely doing ahead on the gas. Looks like the Terran or Protoss player is expanding again to this 5th base, and our Protoss player or Terran player is going to have to get cleaned up a little bit. He's going to have to hold some of this back so he can kind of regroup. Supplies currently 158 to 140, so both players relatively even. He's going to want to have to take out that observer so he doesn't lose too much. And it looks like the Terran player is getting ready to move out. Spots that and takes that out. Takes out that warp prism. And it looks like the Terran player is out on the move again. He's going to spot 2 High Templars out and about with nothing protection. Did have enough energy for 2 storms. Take out a nice little chunk of the Terran army. Spots the Protoss army is definitely going to want to pull back there. We have 15 more Marines, Colossi tech on the way, and 5 Stalkers as well. Right down here we do have this base relatively secured by 2 cannons. This base is just about finished. Protoss base is up and running with a cannon protecting it, and we have the Protoss army just mowing down. We do have lots of these photon cannons being built into the center, so you kind of help deter the Terran army. The Terran army does manage to pick off a couple of units and miss on that storm, and now with the Colossi there, the Terran player is forced to go into Viking tech. 2 Vikings on the way. He's definitely going to need a lot more than 2 if he's going to want to take down this Protoss army. Blink forward. Manages to pick off quite a bit of those Marauders. Another scan going down, knowing that the Protoss army is retreating, and that allowed EGDeMusliM to, in fact, keep these ghosts in the back. Huge amount of Marine forces now for our Terran player, so it's, I mean, he's definitely going to have to get some good engagements here. Does manage to pick, doesn't quite pick up that Stalker. 2 storms coming in. Oh, big storms on that Terran army. Looks like we have another engagement here. Looks like our Protoss player is going to come out ahead in this engagement yet again, managing to get a lot of damage done, takes out a Colossi, and it looks like the Terran player is nothing but a bunch of medevacs. Forced to retreat. Looks like another Terran army is in the way, though. He's going to manage to take off. Does he get another Colossi? Yeah, he gets another Colossi. And those Vikings are now out and about. Going to start doing some damage to the Colossi, doing as much as possible. Now that Stalker is pushing forward. A little bit more lag again, but hopefully we'll recover. Now we're up to 4 Vikings here. Marauders and Marines now on the way. It's going to need some kind of firepower to take down those Colossi and those Stalkers. But I mean, these Zealots are just chewing through his army. I mean, these Psyblades and those Marines are just providing nice little tanks. More Warp Prism play on the way. And we do have that Terran army starting to mass up again. 135 to 168. I don't know what much the Terran's going to be able to do. I mean, he's starting to run out of minerals at his natural. He's got, you know, all of his workers at his 3rd base and his 4th base, but I mean, he's mining as fast as he can. He's going to have to clean up some of these warp prisms. He's going to have to, I mean, the Protoss player is expanding again, now onto his 6th base. While meanwhile, our Terran player is still on 4 bases. So he's going to have to think of something. He needs to start doing some sneaky drop play into the main, takes on some of his tech structures. But other than that, I honestly don't see how he can come back for this. I mean, if he observers obviously know that he's moving out. Scans doesn't see the Protoss army, but it looks like the Protoss army is getting ready to engage this Terran army. Now hopefully he doesn't keep these. There goes some more Marines and Marauders dimming down. Checks that bottom watchtower, realizes that it's empty, sees that the Protoss has these extra bases, and he's definitely going to be worried now. You know, he knows about these bases. He's going to have to do something to get back into this game. He just keeps building ghosts and keeps building Marines, and Dark Shrine on the way. That's going to spell trouble. And it looks like both these armies are going to be forced to clash once again. It looks like one Stalker gets in the crossfire, splitting up that army. Doing how we're splitting up this army is it does get a lot of Protoss army quite a bit of time to do some damage. And it looks like after this engagement, yes, the Muslim gets taken out again. 97 to 168, all in favor of Millenium. Millenium takes this game 1-0, and we'll catch you guys later.